One of the best recipes you probably never heard of is a Brazilian style carrot cake. The carrots are pureed, so they infuse the entire cake with a deep orange color and also deep foundational flavor. It has a lovely chocolate glaze. So you can think about this almost as a chocolate orange cake. First thing, 12 ounces of carrots, obviously for carrot cake, in chunks. Sugar, of course, 3 whole eggs, coconut cream. Oil will keep a cake moister longer and fresher longer than butter. One reason carrot cake has that really moist texture is because it uses oil. Little vanilla. I like to grate directly over where I want the zest to go. We need maybe a couple teaspoons of zest or something, that's fine. Now we're going to blend. Not gonna do anything. The carrots are at the bottom. World's crappiest blender. This is gonna be very liquidy because we have eggs in it, we have oil in it, we have coconut cream in it. So it's going to be actually a very thin smoothie. Well, regular carrot cake uses grated carrots, right? And that's part of the texture and raisins and other things. This is a finely textured cake. The carrots are here for flavor and color. They're not here for texture. This is a classic almost dump and stir. Salt, baking powder, and you can see the colors. It's this fabulous color. You can actually fold batters using a whisk instead of using a spatula, because as the batter goes through the tines, it does mix the dry ingredients with the wet. So it's sort of a quasi-folding technique. If you see a little flour in the batter, that's okay. During baking, that's going to go away. So, okay, so a word about bundt pans. We've tested a lot of techniques here. I've tried buttering it, flouring it, buttering it, sugaring it. I find a spray is actually much better and really gets into all the nooks and crannies. You can use a regular spray or a baking spray that has flour in it, really doesn't matter. But just a traditional nonstick spray works well. I think that's the best way to get a cake out of a bundt pan when you're done. Okay, so it goes in a 350 oven, moderate oven for about 40 minutes. Any spray's fine. I just did it a couple weeks ago with a bundt pan. We have a little thing with the kid. Wes can come on later and go like, no, that's not right. We're making a chocolate glaze, and we're using, the liquid's going to be orange juice. So we're going to put this on high for about 40 seconds.
You look bored out of your skull.
I am. I'm watching Microwave Countdown. Would you just be excited? We're doing this with orange juice instead of cream. And I'm going to put about 3 tablespoons of it there. We're just going to let that sit. I would not use chocolate chips for this because they have a different texture. And they're not going to melt very well. The standard chocolate chip, the whole point of it is not to melt. So it's going to be a little difficult as a cake ingredient.
Finally, someone who preaches what I preach. Stop using chocolate chips.
Yeah, I love sprinkles. I have like multicolored rainbow sprinkles in my baking cabinet. And I have them there because of the kids, but they're really for me. Actually, sprinkles they use in Italy, the rainbow sprinkles for making little sort of sesame candies. Why do you ask me these questions? Because they never show up in any of the videos. If the chocolate's not fully melted with the hot orange juice, microwave it at 20% power for 15 seconds, take it out, stir it, check it, put it back in again if you need to. But that'll finish up the process. So we're just going to use a teaspoon of oil. This gives it a little bit of gloss. Make sure it's neutral oil. So this is the tricky part, because your timing has to be pretty precise. You want this glaze or ganache to start to set up so you can still pour it, but it's not going to be so thin it's just going to run off the top of the cake. You can look at taking up the chocolate and does it mound up on top. This is not a time to go out and have a smoke or go watch Game of Thrones for the 8th time. You really want to be looking at this because we have a very small amount of glaze here, which means it's going to cool down pretty quickly. So you probably want to stick around and do this test a few times. I am watching Game of Thrones. Again, it's actually better than I remembered it. It's all the stuff I missed. It's brilliant. We're just putting the chocolate on the top. And then I can just use a small offset spatula. So as this sits, it's going to come down a little bit on the sides, and we're going to let it cool. Sprinkle all of these. Hopefully not. Or I could just stick my face in this and eat it. It's pretty, but it's pretty tasty too. So it's easy and it looks great. Especially the sprinkles, I just have to say, right? And I just did a great job, didn't I? So there we are.
It looks great. So
I thought you were going to come over and say something else, but so I'm going to let it sit, 30 minutes, just to make sure the glaze is set. So when you cut into it, it doesn't make a mess. I mean, this is really good looking. I don't want to mess this up when I cut into it. Well, I'm not going to wait the whole 15 minutes or half hour. We're just going to go do this. So this is kind of like, a pastry chef upgrade to carrot cake. I love carrot cake, don't get me wrong. This is a totally different style. It's Brazilian style. It's not authentically a Brazilian carrot cake. That's really good carrot cake.